T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to The Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
And welcome to The Twisted 10. Whoop. I am one of your hosts. My name is Tach, and with me to the right...
Hey, I'm Adam.
And sitting over on the lady chase is...
I'm Andrea Joy.
Sleepy Andrea Joy. And with us as always...
Hey, it's Jay Alvarez.
All right, so welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you.
I am a guest on today's show as well as you are, Adam.
I'm a guest, yeah.
Me too, I'm a guest too.
And Andrea Joy, also a guest, because today is Jay Alvarez's show.
Yep, I drew the short straw.
Nice.
That's good. I'm never doing a show again.
I'll let you break that when you're ready to say it. No, she came up with a really good idea not to...
Nope,
Okay.
we're not going to talk about it.
All right.
So anyway, so this is your first time listening to the show. What we do here on the Twisted 10, we come up with our own original top 10 lists of any topic we want, and we break it down, discuss it, and go through the list. Is that about right?
Yeah, no, that sums it up very, very well. We also allow guest hosts to come in every once in a while and completely take over the show. Jay's a regular host of the show now, so this isn't a guest host for him. He's a regular host. However, we've had Super Joe Pardo on. We've had our boy Ron on. We've had Jimmy, Eric. A bunch of these guests have come in, and they take over the show. So if you're interested in hosting a episode of The Twisted 10, if you've got your own unique top 10 list, then send us an email to thetwisted10@gmail.com and give us the details, and we would love to have you on. Anywhere in the world, from Skype, or if you want to come in the studio and chill with us, you can do that too.
That's indeedy. That is correct. So, Jay Alvarez, without further ado, we will turn the show over to you and take it away, sir.
Well, as some of you guys know, I am a huge comic book movie buff. Not so big into the comic books. I was into them when I was a kid. But I am all giddy and just all, just a titter, because Doctor Strange comes out this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I am looking so forward to this because it looks so amazing, and Marvel, in my eyes, can do no wrong right now. Like, they've done everything that I was worried about. Like, they were releasing like Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Or just like lesser known Marvel comic book heroes. And now Doctor Strange, who's another lesser known, people have heard of him and nobody knows who Doctor Strange is. It's a very small crowd. And I'm excited for it.
Nice.
And I also remembered I'm excited because, Michael Fassbender is releasing Assassin's Creed, next month, which is an amazing video game. If I ever find myself with a controller in my hand and Assassin's Creed is on the PlayStation or Xbox, just write me off.
Say goodbye.
Just leave
for
me there.
hours.
You'll never, no, forever. For hours, nothing. Forever. I'm done. I'm gone. I'm dead to you. So I'm really excited for these movies coming up. I'm excited to see what the comic books movies have become. I'm excited to see what they're trying to do with video game movies, because there hasn't been a lot of good ones. Matter of fact, most video game movies and a couple of comic book movies have been very disheartening, very sad, and hard to watch.
So you're saying that Mortal Kombat the movie did not...
We're not going to go there right now. We're not going to go there. But I got to thinking, like, what movies really just kind of ruined my childhood. And that's what this list is. Top 10 movies that have ruined my childhood.
Oh, man.
I hope I didn't give one away.
These are movies that are either comic book or video game based. Cool. They either came out when I was a child and just totally destroyed any sense of innocence that I had, or they came out older and just destroyed my faith in, these video games. Like, they totally ruined this franchise for me.
Gotcha.
And essentially ruined my childhood.
I think we're gonna have some similarities on this one.
Yeah,
I think I know where you're going with these.
I've looked. BuzzFeed was a source. All Time Tens was a source. Collider Movie Talk was a source. So I kind of source all these. And this list is, you'll find these on other lists, but this is my own curated.
Yeah, that's your
list.
own.
And I've got my own little touch on these descriptions.
Nice. Do you have any kind of twist in this episode?
No twist. No, these are all movies that totally fucked me.
All right.
Like I was let down.
The twist is it fucked you up. Okay, got it.
That's it. Like, I'm just totally let down by humanity and anything involved with this.
Awesome.
So, without further ado, we're going to start with number 10.
10.
Number 10.
Yes.
Number 10. And with these movies, I've also included the year of release and the current Rotten Tomato score.
Oh, nice.
So number 10 is...
a little added nugget there. You see that? He's adding some value to that list. I like it.
So number 10 is Howard the Duck.
Yes.
I love that movie.
I almost said something about Howard the Duck a minute ago, and I'm like, I can't. I was still in the thunder.
So Howard the Duck was released in 1986. Currently holds a 13% on the Rotten Tomato meter. Basically, George Lucas produced a movie where Leah Thompson fucked a duck, proving that in the 80s, all things were possible.
I thought it was cool because they showed like duck tits. I thought that was awesome.
That's right, they did, didn't they?
That movie was so fucking twisted. And I watched that as a child. My parents were like, it's a cute movie. With it's Donald Duck.
It's a little talking duck, of course.
Yeah, it was like, it's Donald Duck on meth and weed. And, I was able to actually pull up a little bit of tidbit about this movie. So, it was actually the first Marvel character in a movie.
Really?
Yeah, forever. Now, there was a Captain America serial that came out in the 40s, but at the time, Captain America was still part of Timely Comics.
Gotcha.
So even though we know him as a Marvel character now, he was not a Marvel character when that came out. So Howard the Duck is the first Marvel movie ever released.
That's actually kind of interesting. A lot of people don't know that Howard the Duck is in that same Marvel universe.
Most people didn't realize it until at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Howard the Duck and, I can't remember the name of the dog. Oh, it's going to kill me now.
They do a cameo in there, don't
I
they?
just found out right now.
Yeah, part of all of that entire Marvel group is Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck is part of the Marvel universe.
Nice.
It was, where was it? It was originally supposed to be an animated film, but George Lucas had a contract to do another live action movie, so that's where that came in. And he said, forget it, I'm just going to do Howard the Duck. Most people don't realize George Lucas produced Howard the Duck.
I didn't know that.
George Lucas and his special effects company, they did all the special effects for that movie.
Yes, ILM. I did know ILM had a hand in it as well, but did he direct it or just produce it?
He just produced it. I forgot to get the director's name because after George Lucas, who gives a shit? Yeah. It's George Lucas and Leah Thompson fucked a duck. Who cares after that? Really. So that one, it didn't necessarily ruin my childhood as much as it just ruined me as a child.
It tainted your childhood.
Yeah, it just totally fucked me. So that was, what else did I have on that one? Yeah, that was it.
I love Howard the Duck, man.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
That was like the theme song through it.
I don't even remember the theme song. I just remember. Hey,
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Waking up to Leah Thompson next to a duck who was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a kid either. I'd love to see it again.
Did you just go to the DuckTales theme there, Tach? I think you just mixed it.
Yeah, I think
DuckTales. Ooh,
yeah, Howard the Duck. Yeah, you just totally co-opted that.
But I think it's similar.
I'm pretty sure copyright regulations kept that from happening.
You might be onto something though. We'll have to look at it.
Yeah,
I mean, he did live in Duck World, which is very similar to Duckburg, I guess.
So let's just real quick. What are some of the other Marvel characters? So the entire X-Men series is Marvel. Is that right?
Okay, so here's where the movie nerd in me comes out. So when it comes to Marvel, yes, X-Men, Avengers, Deadpool, Inhumans, the Defenders, where you got Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. All that is Marvel. Now, what happened was Marvel, as a comic book company, was starting to hurt a lot financially. So they sold the movie rights to their characters. Mind you, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, they're all in the same universe.
Spider-Man's owned by Sony for a while.
Spider-Man is still owned by Sony. Sony bought the movie rights to Spider-Man. Fox bought the movie rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four. And Disney owns Marvel proper.
So
I'll never see a Wolverine versus Howard the Duck movie. Is that what you're saying?
No, because Howard the Duck stayed with Disney Marvel.
Okay.
But what had happened was Sony has just totally disrespected everything that Spider-Man is. So they've actually worked out a deal with Disney Marvel to share Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
So now Spider-Man and Kevin Feige is the head of, I guess, is senior executive producer, I guess is his title. I'm not sure. But he's the head of Disney Marvel. Kevin Feige is a genius. This man can do no wrong. And, he's he has a lot to say with what's going on with the new Spider-Man.
That's how he was
rebranding.
able to appear in Civil War.
That's why you got Spider-Man in Civil War. That was the big news because that came out right before Civil War went into production.
Nice.
That Sony and Disney worked this deal out. Now the hope, the dream, if nerds like me can dream, is that Fox will learn how to start playing nice with Disney, and Disney, vice versa, so they can start sharing X-Men and Avenger movies. Because now we have this movie Logan, which is coming out, the new Wolverine movie. And it's kind of following the Old Man Logan storyline. But Old Man Logan's storyline in the comics had most of the Avengers in it. You can't do that because that's Fox and Disney right now.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they come up with that. So that actually brings me into number 8.
Number 8?
I'm sorry, number 9. Number 9. Rather.
9.
Wait.
This brings me into number 9, which is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Nice. I like that movie.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Stop
I did like
it.
that
Hugh
movie.
Jackman hated that movie.
Did he really?
He's come out and openly hated that movie. It was such a piece of crap. So it was released in 2009. Currently holds a 38% on the tomato meter.
Ouch.
Yeah. This film is the first thing I wrote. This film left me with blue balls. X-Men movies up to this point were some of the best comic book movies that were out at the moment. Even X3 was passable. And there was so much hype built up around this because Wolverine was the best part of those movies.
Yeah.
And then I walked in with all this hope. I just walked in with such a hard-on for this movie and was left walking out with that exact same hard-on. No relief. No, just all the tension still, and balls aching and bruised.
Now remind me, because I might be thinking of the wrong one. What was just the brief plot of that story?
It's where you find out Wolverine is immortal, officially in the movies.
All right.
It's him as a child and Sabretooth are half brothers.
Okay.
They end up going into wars. They live forever. This is where they fucked up the Deadpool storyline.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
And they show Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, and he's all
They
fucked
show
up
what
looking.
they thought Deadpool should. Oh God.
Yeah. Brutal. Okay.
The best part of that, the special effects were all shit. I remember the first time I saw the movie was actually on DVD. And I thought I had got a bootleg version of it because the special effects were so shitty.
That bad?
I thought it was one of those like unpolished bootleg versions that
What is
got
this, a
leaked out.
handheld cam in a movie?
No, it wasn't even that. It was the legit DVD. But watching it, I was like, oh, this is one of those like the screeners that they send before all the production is done so they can be considered for like Oscars and stuff. I was like, oh, I got my hand on a screener. And then I watched another friend's copy and I was like, oh no, these special effects are shit.
Just bad.
That's just all it is.
Oh, that sucks.
And then what they did to Deadpool, the best part of that movie was absolutely Van Wilder.
Van Wilder.
Yeah, because I believe it's my theory that Ryan Reynolds' career is just all one chain. He went to college as Van Wilder. Graduated college, went to go find himself. He was working at the Shenanigans restaurant and waiting.
Right.
And he eventually just said, fuck it, joined the Special Forces, became Wade Wilson, and now it's Deadpool.
I like
It's
it.
all the same guy. That's
I
my
like
theory.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, X-Men Origins Wolverine it was horrible. It was just a shit movie. There's no rewatch value to it. So you watched it once, you get disappointed at what they did to everything.
Yep.
And that's it. So from there, we're going to go to number 9.
No.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Jeez, number
Somebody
8.
can't count tonight.
This number thing's difficult tonight, huh?
I know, right? 10, 11? No. All right. So number 8.
Ocho.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh, was that the first one?
No, that's the second one.
Second one,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's go with this one first. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, released in 1997, 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That may be the lowest score I've ever heard.
3%. Mortal Kombat, the first one, let's be honest with it. It's campy. The special effects are kind of trashy, but it was probably the most
Accurate to the video game?
Yes, it was probably the most loyal to the source
Not the comic
material.
book, but the video game.
No, this is a video game. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The comic book came from the video game, and the movie came from the video game also. But yeah, it's probably the most loyal to the source material. The special effects, yeah, they don't stand up to today's special effects, obviously, but it was still a good movie. It's a guilty pleasure, I like to call it, the first Mortal Kombat movie. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is absolute garbage. It's the only movie that raised the budget and lowered the quality. It's horrible. Like, they had to recast half of the characters. I think Liu Kang and Kitana were the only two returning cast members to the movie.
That sucks.
Who was it that played? He was Highlander, the one that played Raiden.
I know the actor. I don't know. I know his face. I don't know his name.
Christopher Lambert. Yeah, Christopher Lambert played Raiden in the first one. When Christopher Lambert, this guy did 3 Highlander movies, and the first one was decent. The other 2 were garbage. When he's turning down your script, you want to rethink it.
Good call.
And what were my notes on this one? One of the few films to raise the budget and lower the value. That was all my points on it.
I used to be, so when I was, 12, I used to go to the roller skating rink, and that was my jam, is playing Mortal Kombat. I'm just saying,
even the
playing
soundtrack.
That game.
You're right. No, because Mortal Kombat had a great soundtrack to it. It was like when EDM was first really starting to come into the mainstream. And
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it was about the time where it was starting to happen. Like, people were starting to discover who Paul Oakenfold was. People were really starting to get into like Armin van Buuren and everything, and that was one of the big EDM soundtracks at the time.
Yep.
And then Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Mortal Kombat Annihilation was so bad, it's almost a parody of Mortal Kombat.
So is 3% on the tomato meter?
3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is that the lowest out of all of them?
I think it might be, actually.
That's I've never seen a movie that had a 3.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, you'll be surprised at what movies actually scored a little higher than that. So
I've never actually seen that movie, though. I might have to go watch that movie just to say I've seen it now.
So, all right. So moving on, we're at number 7.
Number 7.
Okay, I was making sure I was right that time. Number 7, we're gonna return back to the land of Van Wilder. We're gonna talk about Green Lantern, guys. The super suit was green and it was animated.
Yes.
2 things he specifically asked that they not be.
Yep.
Green Lantern, released in 2011, actually has a 26% on the Rotten Tomato meter, which for this list is
That's not too bad.
It's on the higher end of this list.
This could give a younger that movie could easily give a younger, like a between 10 and maybe 14-year-old boy.
Nope.
Entertainment.
Nope.
You don't think so?
My son was 9 when we watched it,
He didn't like it?
Screamed, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" And it was during when like everybody was dying. If massive spoiler alerts, but if you haven't figured that out by this point, you haven't been paying attention.
I think you're all right.
Yeah, everybody was dying, and my son like, "Turn it off!" And I thought he was getting scared because of all the people dying. I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "It sucks. This movie sucks. The bad guy is the color yellow."
Nice.
I was like, all right, well, it lost a 9-year-old, so I guess this movie is. I'm sitting there watching it thinking I'm just holding it to I'm like, okay, I'm holding this to a way.
Your standard's too high.
High standard, yeah. Like, it's not fair to what I'm expecting. And then my 9-year-old started yelling. I'm like, yep, nope, this is done. This is shit.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty brutal movie.
Oh, it was so bad. And what it was just DC trying to play catch up to Marvel.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was the first DC movie to come out that wasn't on the Christopher Nolan umbrella, and they fell flat on. They were hoping that this would kick off the whole,
franchise,
their whole franchise. Yeah, and this would eventually lead to the Justice League, and no, it got people fired. Like, people got fired for the Green Lantern.
Kind of went the opposite way with that than I'm feeling. Maybe they went the wrong way. Do you think they'll ever reboot Green Lantern again?
Oh yeah, they're already in talks to do it. Yeah.
Are they?
Okay. They're talking about maybe possibly doing Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern, which the character Jon Stewart, not the actual comedian Jon Stewart. That would be.
I was like, wait,
would be odd.
Like
no, Jon Stewart was a black dude who got who was given the role of Green Lantern. I think Tyrese is actually like. I don't know that he's in the front running for casting, but he is chomping at the bit for that role. And I think he'd do a good job. I like Tyrese. I like some of the acting he's been doing.
There's a black actor that does a lot of sci-fi type movies. He was the pilot. He was the captain in Prometheus. So help me out with that for a minute. See if you can remember who that was.
You got to give me something else because I saw Prometheus once and I didn't pay attention.
I can't remember other movies that he's in. I know he's been in a ton of movies, but he is every movie I've ever seen him in. He is a phenomenal.
You're not talking
actor.
about Chiwetel Ejiofor, are you?
I don't. Is that do I need to bless you for that? I don't know what you just said.
There's a couple of guys that are doing it. I really like. I can't remember his name now.
I'm really about to Google a black guy in Prometheus.
I know Donald Glover just got casted.
Donald Glover just got cast as young Lando Calrissian. Yes. Yeah. I think Christopher Pine for a little while was in the running to be the new Hal Sparks, but then they ended up casting him for Wonder Woman, so that removed him from that.
Guy Pearce.
That's a white guy.
Yeah,
is that a white guy? I did black guy in Prometheus, and the very first thing that pops up is Guy Pearce.
Yeah, because he's the main guy in Prometheus. You're probably going to have to go to the
Idris Elba?
Idris Elba, yes.
Yeah.
He's actually in Thor.
Yeah, that's right.
He's the gatekeeper in Thor.
We're
He's
talking
a
about
phenomenal actor.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were talking about.
I would love to see him do something like that if they're going to do a black Green Lantern. I think
he's
phenomenal.
a phenomenal actor. But he's tied up with Marvel right now. And Ryan Reynolds, in his defense to that shit that was Green Lantern, he is that I can...
Is he entertaining it?
No, that I can think of. He's the only guy who's been a DC and a Marvel character. He's been two Marvel characters.
Would
Ryan
he entertain
Reynolds.
rebooting that series himself?
Who? Ryan Reynolds? No, he wants no part in that.
The audience probably wouldn't take it, would they?
No. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds already came out and said he wants no part of that.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, that was he's good with Deadpool. He's in Deadpool, and that's his second Marvel character. He was actually in Blade.
Yeah.
I don't remember the
that.
name of the character, but he was in
Yeah.
Blade Trinity. So it's his second time as a Marvel character, and he's also been a DC character
As the same character actor, but hey, it's all right.
Basically.
He pulled it off.
Hey, we got him in Deadpool, and we're happy to have him.
You know, our boy that listens to this show quite often, Ron, has a man crush on Ryan Reynolds.
yeah.
That
Every
is,
man should have a man
bit
crush
disturbing.
on Ryan
Well,
Reynolds.
his is a little different.
he takes it to another level. He takes it really to another level. Like, I think he lays in bed at night and
It's like the only man he would sexually
That's
fantasize
so
about.
mean.
What do you mean it's true?
Andrea's still here, by the way, folks.
he'll admit to it.
Halfway.
We're starting to talk about comic book and video games. Andrea's like, "Yep."
Are we tuning you out with this one?
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
So yeah, Green Lantern was my number 7.
number 7.
And again, that's just DC playing catch up to Marvel.
Got it.
Further proof brings me to number 6.
Number 6.
Batman versus Superman.
Oh dear.
This movie obviously came out 2016, earlier this year. Holds a
I actually never saw it.
You missed nothing, sir. Holds a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. You were both at one point little boys. Superman and Batman were
Supergirl. Supergirl was it.
Who played Supergirl?
That blonde chick.
Exactly. Christopher Reeves, George Reeves, Michael Keaton, George Clooney we don't talk about. Val Kilmer is the one we wish we could forget.
Yes.
But I still remember everyone who's played these characters.
Right. Actually, Helen Slater played Supergirl.
It was friggin' awesome.
You and like Helen Slater know that.
I know it now.
That was the Supergirl movie that came out in the 80s.
She was my
Yeah.
favorite.
No, I remember that movie too. Oh man, you know what? That probably should have made this list.
Where
to
the
be honest
mountain
with
appeared in the middle of the city.
No, it's
you. She got beat up by rocks or
something.
something.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't remember.
You know, and they're riding in that big like truck with the.
No. I honestly don't remember. I really don't. That movie probably should have made this list now that I'm thinking about it. No, okay, so we were little boys. Batman and Superman were the shit. How do you make a movie starring both Batman and Superman and fuck it up?
Agreed.
How do you do that? You on purpose is the only answer to that.
Well, here's what I think, too, is also a mistake. It was also the first time showing Ben Affleck as Batman, and I think that was a mistake. I think he should have done his own single movie first, and then done the
reemergence
verses,
of his character as Batman.
Verses, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm happy you brought that up because what I wrote here for the notes were Batman vs Superman starring Henry Cavill and Matt Damon's idiot friend from Good Will Hunting.
Perfect.
Oh, and Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep.
And I remember. Look, I loved Ben Affleck as Batman. I actually fell in love with him totally. I think he's great for the role. I did forget for a little bit he is like the world's biggest Batman fan outside of Kevin Smith.
Right.
But I was worried because he's from Boston. I was worried we were just going to hear clack, a clack, and instead we got Martha. Martha, why'd you say that name? It was such, it was such, where the color yellow was a bad guy in Green Lantern, the word Martha was a bad guy in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
And then you had Mark Zuckerberg playing Lex Luthor. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
How did any of that make sense to anyone?
Agreed.
Why didn't it make sense? What was wrong with it?
Because it was Mark Zuckerberg. It wasn't Jesse Eisenberg. It was Mark Zuckerberg
Right.
playing Lex Luthor. Like, It was, what the fuck
Do
am
you
I
think
watching
he was just
right
too
now?
young?
No, I don't care. Look, I'm one of those. I'm not a purist when it comes to comic book movies. I like it when the movies take a totally different approach and go in a different direction from the comic book. If I wanted the comic book, I'd read the comic book. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So when they take these different approaches to it, I'm fine with that because that's how these. all that is a comic book artist doing a comic book writer doing a reboot. That's all it is. Like, it's them going in a different direction, putting their own flair on it. I respect that art. I like it, and I'm in love with it. But that was just fucked. Like I'm not, just because I like it and love it doesn't mean I'm a fan. And that movie just fucked up my childhood. Batman and Superman were the greatest things that ever happened to me. Now I don't know how I ever liked Christopher Reeve.
I can't believe you've talked the whole time. I didn't say anything about the villain in there. That was the worst, like, massive villain that was supposed to destroy everybody.
We don't talk about him. No, that was complete crap. It was a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, exactly.
It was an abandoned sketch of a Ninja Turtle from Michael Bay. Can Michael Bay and Megan Fox stop fucking up the 80s for me? Between Transformers and Ninja Turtles, I just can't do it anymore. I don't have much left. If Michael Bay comes out with a Howard the Duck movie where Megan Fox fucks a duck, I'm done.
I'd still watch it, though.
Sounds like it would work.
I would watch the fuck out of that.
God damn it. But they'd have to show her real finger. The mutant one, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's the only way I'm into it.
And is it just me, or do these new Ninja Turtles look creepy as hell?
Well, they're not gonna. They just announced today they're not making a third one. They're done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are done with it.
Thank
I
God.
thought they were too creepy looking. I thought
They
the
were
80s movie.
Nothing is worse than Ninja Turtles 3, and that's an honorable mention on this list, by the way. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, what the fuck? When did they get freckles? Am I the only one that caught on to that?
Those are the babies they made with April.
Wow.
Wow, that went dark. So April fucked the duck. That was
deep.
Damn.
Was that a turtle gangbang?
Must have been.
What do you call it?
Cowabunga.
Where else
High
did they get the
five.
freckles?
Turtle stir fry?
I
I don't know where I went with that, but
don't know what anything's going on anymore. Yeah, but Batman vs. Superman, it had such all this potential. It just fell on its face because DC can't stop trying to catch up to Marvel instead of taking their time like I wish they would. Build it slow. Build up a nice little rhythm. Don't come barreling in at 80 miles an hour.
DC has more of a presence
Loop
on
it up.
television than that.
They do, and their television shows are so good. And Marvel's not far behind either. Marvel's television shows are great, especially their Netflix ones. Holy shit, those are phenomenal. But yeah, DC, the cinematic universe is just... They're trying to play catch-up, and it shows. Justice League is my last chance for them. And I saw the teaser that they released before Comic-Con. It looks good. But you know what else? You know what else looked good? Batman vs. Superman.
yeah.
Suicide Squad looked fucking good. Suicide Squad's another honorable mention on here, but it wasn't bad enough to make the list.
yeah, I watched a bootleg copy of Suicide Squad. It was all right.
Yeah.
It didn't really hold my attention the whole time. It was all right.
Well, that's my 10 through 6 list of top 10 movies that totally wrecked my childhood.
All right.
We are going to take a break in studio, and we'll come back when I fucking say so. Woo woo. Yeah.
Here at The Twisted 10, we love the participation that we get out of our listeners, both through email, thetwisted10@gmail.com, or through our Facebook messages. If you have your own idea for a top 10 list, shoot us a direct message and let us know. Even better, if you're interested in coming and guesting on the studio, we can either set it up over the internet, so anywhere in the world, or if you want to come into our studio in here, let us know that as well. No other podcasts let their listeners take over the entire podcast for the hour, but that's kind of the concept behind The Twisted 10. So let us know. We look forward to hearing from you.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Twisted 10. I'm Jay Alvarez, along here with these two other schmucks.
That's right.
Where's Andrea?
Andrea went Betty by. Andrea lost total interest with this.
Yeah.
Well, she's actually still with us.
Well, not really. I mean, physically, yes, but mind and spirit are gone.
Yeah.
You should see this picture. She's sitting there with the mic in front of her and headphones still on.
In her Halloween costume.
And just sleepy in the lady chase.
She could not be more disinterested in this episode right now. And you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'm not going to hold that against
This is kind of a male topic.
Yeah, this is totally dude talk. And you know what? Hey, ladies, you're into comic books and video games too. Hey, welcome aboard. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my girl's down with this topic.
So, to fill in the blanks for those just joining us, we're going down my top 10 movies that ruined my childhood.
You want to give us a recap of 10 through 6?
Yeah, totally. These are all these movies are comic book or video game based. They either ruined my childhood as a child or ruined any memories I had of childhood as an adult. Number 10, we had Howard the Duck. Number 9, we had X-Men Origins Wolverine. Number 8 was Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Number 7 was Green Lantern. And number 6 was Batman v Superman.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're going to go down to top 5. And again, I do have all the year of release and Rotten Tomatoes score for these.
Now, are these any particular order?
The top 3 are. The top 3 are definitely the 3 that fucked with me the most. The rest of these are just kind of jumbled in. They're all crap. It doesn't matter.
Gotcha. We're all losers here.
Yeah, we all are. So, number 5.
Number 5.
Cinco.
We're going to go with Fantastic Four.
Which
all
one?
of them. All of them. All
Yes.
fucking 4 of them. All right? People don't realize there are 4 Fantastic Four movies.
I didn't know that, actually.
So the 3 that everyone know of are the 2 that came out in 2005 and 2007. Those are the ones that starred Captain America as Johnny Storm.
Right.
Chris Evans also. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Chris Evans also played 2 Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Those came out in 2005, 2007. 2005 was the original Fantastic Four. Carries a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. 2007 was Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
Holds a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes. Those 2 movies, I'm sorry, were just garbage. I liked the ambition that was behind them. That was Fox Marvel really trying to get something that wasn't X-Men up, another franchise.
Yep.
And just totally shat the bed.
I thought they made the Silver Surfer into kind of a pussy.
I mean,
Compared to what the comic books had him portrayed as, it was
totally.
a bit of a pussy.
I mean, I get that he's a pacifist. I kind of, out of the things I didn't like about that movie, Silver Surfer was not one of them. I actually did like what he was.
Oh, okay.
He could have been a little tougher. You're right. It was definitely a little softer than what you see in the comic books. But I liked what they did with him. I liked the struggle that they showed in him. I thought that guy did a really good job. I don't remember the name of the actor, but I know it was Lawrence Fishburne that voiced him.
Gotcha.
And I thought that was done really well. But the movie itself was just shit. Just all of it. All of them. And then you have the other one that people know about is the 2015 Fantastic Four that just came out. That one holds a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I've never seen that one, actually.
Yeah, you've missed nothing. It's like Tach not watching Batman v Superman. There is nothing to see here, folks. Just go away. It's
I almost want to watch it now because it's that bad. I almost want to see it.
It just no. Just,
I want to feel your struggle with this.
It was so bad, man. And, well, the one that nobody knows about, Roger Corman, is like this B movie, low budget production specialist. And in the early 90s, they released, they never released it, but they filmed a Fantastic Four movie. Low budget, B movie. It was never released. It was so bad. The rumor is that someone from Marvel paid them not to release it. Because it was so horribly bad.
Are there any like underground copies?
Bootleg DVD copies do exist. There are a handful of critics that have seen it. There was no Rotten Tomatoes score because it hasn't officially been released, but it's not good. It is just crap. When the when the parent company who sold you the rights paid you to not release it,
yeah.
like, we'll just give you your money back. Don't put this out. And here's the thing: the critics who watched it, the consensus with that one is that the actors, crappy as they were, and not that they were crappy, but they weren't high caliber actors. It wasn't high caliber production. Apparently, the script itself wasn't so bad. Supposedly it wasn't that bad of a movie. Now the special effects, it was more Toxic Avenger when it came to special effects. If you guys remember that movie.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do, yeah.
It was more Toxy than anything else.
Okay.
So far the best Fantastic Four movie we've had is The Incredibles.
I like it.
I like that movie.
Yeah, everyone liked it. It's a great one. They're finally coming out with a part 2 of The Incredibles. But we're talking about Fantastic Four. See, you can't even keep talking about it. That's how bad it is.
I do like how you wrapped all 3 plus the one that wasn't released into your entire number 5 on your list.
Just
That's
all
cool.
of it. Yeah, just all of them. They're all shit.
That's cool.
All of them.
Yeah, I was just looking this up. Fantastic Four came out in 1994.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just no one's done a good Fantastic Four movie, and it's Fox that that's done the three that everybody knows. And again, outside of X-Men, they just can't get it right. Both Wolverine movies so far, X-Men Origins. Wolverine 2, which was The Wolverine, was a little better. That was one, I think, was Silver Samurai was in that one. It wasn't horrible. It was watchable. It was definitely something you can eat popcorn to. But it still wasn't like the same. They set that expectation so high with X-Men, and you want Hugh Jackman to do amazing in these movies. Like that, if those movies aren't amazing, it's just not there. And that's why I'm really hoping that Logan, which is going to be rated R, which is going to be new for a Wolverine X-Men movie.
Yeah.
They saw the success with Deadpool, so they're going to follow that same kind of vein with it. If you've seen, there's a teaser trailer that's out for it. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's interesting about him too. He's specifically requested that this be the last Wolverine that he's ever cast in because his body can't take.
He is old.
His body can't take the rigor that it puts it through to stay in that good a shape during the production of those movies. He's like, dude,
come
guys,
on,
I'm
they're
done.
doing Indiana Jones 5. Come on.
Yeah, but that's because Harrison Ford needs the money. Hugh Jackman has other options.
Whatever.
Hugh Jackman is a huge Broadway singer.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I know.
huge
That's where he
performer.
started.
That's his bread and butter.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see Real Steel? I thought that was a great movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't. I couldn't get with it.
I loved it.
Nothing about that
good.
called my attention. Everybody I've known that's seen it loves it, but I couldn't.
It's like Mech Warrior meets Wolverine.
That's where it lost me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that part of it. I just love the story. I love just the father-son relationship and all that. It was just a good story.
And that's what I get. But when I saw the trailers for it and everything, I was like, oh, this is BattleBots with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But, yeah.
All right, so moving right along. Number 4.
Quattro.
Number 4, this one hurts. This one hurts, guys. Number 4 is a little hard to talk about. Super Mario Brothers.
I knew it.
The movie.
I almost mentioned in the very beginning, but I was like, nah, let's hold off.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's got Bob Hoskins in it.
Yeah, it's okay. So Super Mario Brothers, released in 1993, holds a current Rotten Tomato score of 15%.
Ouch.
It stars The Pest and Eddie Valiant from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
The Pest.
It's two dudes from two different ethnicities, neither one of which are Italian, starring as brothers.
Right.
I mean, the writing in this movie was so lazy, they couldn't even come up with actual names. It's Mario and Luigi Mario. Those are not the names in the video game.
Mario.
There is no last
First
name.
last name's the same?
Yeah, there is no last name ever given in the video game. They just couldn't make one up. They're like, yep, Mario, Luigi Mario. How many Marios are there between the two of you? 3. It was such crap. Dennis Hopper played King Koopa. That was weird. It was a white dude with a spray tan and blonde cornrows. Eminem didn't have blonde cornrows, all right? Eminem knew better. It was shot in North Carolina. It took place in what I can only assume was the South Bronx. Matter of fact, Bob Hoskins actually makes that joke when they come out into the Koopa land. He's like, "When did we get to the Bronx?" Like, the Bronx is a horrible place. For those of you that live there, I'm sorry, I can't find better places.
We have a lot of New York downloads. Just saying.
I don't take any of it back. I'm like, there's no reason for the Bronx to exist, and they were like, what about the Yankees? I stand by that.
They live there. They know what they live in.
Yeah, they do, and more power to you guys for putting up with that place. But yeah, Super Mario. It set you, and you remember it was a cliffhanger for the sequel that never happened. As crappy as that movie was, even as a kid, I realized it was shit.
Yeah.
If you told me right now that Super Mario Brothers 2 was coming out, I'm the first motherfucker in line. I've been waiting for that movie since 1993. I've been waiting since I was 10 years old. It's 23 years I've been waiting for that sequel to come out. I'm watching it. I don't care how bad it is. So that was number 4. All right, so now we're rounding out the top 3. These are the ones that are at the bottom for a reason.
This is the bread and butter tag.
Oh yeah. So number 3.
Number 3.
Double Dragon.
Yes.
Double Dragon, released in 1994, holds an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
No, that wasn't Van Damme.
You're thinking Bloodsport?
Yeah,
No.
Double Dragon stars Bailey from Party of 5 and the chairman from Iron Chef America. Look it up. The chairman from Iron Chef America was absolutely in the Double Dragon movie. I had a look. When I saw that, I was like, no, there's no fucking way that's the same guy. Nope, absolutely. It was the only way I could describe it was it's like The Crow meets Green Day. because they went so hard trying to get that like punk rock theme in it. Alyssa Milano was in the movie. Nobody remembers that Alyssa Milano was in that movie.
Samantha.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano.
Jonathan.
Mona. And she was all bleached out. She looks like she just came off the set from the movie Hackers.
She wasn't in Hackers.
She wasn't, but that brings me down to number 2.
I like the transition.
Nice.
So
I
number
didn't know
2,
Hackers was a comic book.
no, it wasn't. But number 2 is Tomb Raider,
okay.
starring the chick that actually was in Hackers.
And she looked horrible in Hackers.
She did, and if you look at a screenshot of her and look at Angelina Jolie from Hackers and look at Alyssa Milano from Double Dragon, it's the same chick.
Oh, wow.
It's the same everything. So Tomb Raider currently it was released in 2001, 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. Again, starring the actual chick from Hackers. It's proof that guys will watch anything with a chick we'd love to get a blowjob from.
Yeah.
That movie, the first one wasn't so bad. I mean, it was horrible.
I saw the first one.
See, the thing, Angelina Jolie actually did a really good job. Like, she's a great actress. And she acted the living shit
She
out of Lara
looked
Croft.
amazing in that movie.
She did.
I want to pitch something to you for that particular movie
Is
that
this
I've said.
because we're talking about Angelina Jolie.
No. In fact,
okay.
I think there's an actress in Hollywood that would have played a better Tomb Raider or Lara Croft from Tomb Raider than Angelina Jolie did, even though she was almost typecast for that. Almost like they built the original video game on what they thought she would look like later in her life. Let me ask you, out of the other actresses in Hollywood, who fits the Lara Croft figure and little flirty quirkiness better than Angelina Jolie?
I don't know.
There is one, to me at least. And I've been told no on this in the past, but I think I'm onto something here. What's the chick's name? As soon as I say her name, you're going to remember who the fuck I'm talking about. But she played in, what's the movie with the bugs when they go to space and fight the big bugs?
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers,
Yeah, you're talking about Denise Richards?
Denise Richards. Thank you. Yes.
You know what? I could see her physically, yes.
Absolutely.
But acting chops wise, no, absolutely not.
Well,
Yeah, I
in the
gotta agree
video
there.
game, she did very, very little actual communications with other people. So it was very little.
Well, it's just her figuring. It's just her and you all alone.
Yes.
Like we want it to be.
Our
Solving
boy,
puzzles.
Our boy Ron would love this right now, but if you combine the time that me and Ron spent trying to jump off in Tomb Raider, the video game, jump off the pool at the certain angle to make her become naked in the video game back in the PlayStation 1 days, those of you that have done this know what I'm talking about. If we added up all that time,
that was
you could
Ron
have a
and Jimmy.
master's degree. They might have done that too, but I did that with Ron as well.
Oh, wow, that's weird, because Ron was doing it with Jimmy at the same time.
Cheater, that motherfucker. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, no, I think. Look, the only thing besides Starship Troopers, the only thing Denise Richards is famous for is for fucking Charlie Sheen and not getting AIDS.
She's immortal.
Well, they are doing a reboot though of Tomb Raider, and it's starring Alicia Vikander. Have you ever seen Ex Machina?
Yeah,
I never saw that.
She was the robot.
no shit.
She was the blonde one. She is an amazing actress. She's up and coming. She's been in a couple of other things. Matter of fact, I think if she didn't win an Oscar for another movie, she was definitely nominated for sure. I don't know that if she won it for Best Supporting Actress, but she is phenomenal. And she definitely, the newer Tomb Raider games are a little more grounded in reality as far as what a woman looks like. They're more gritty. I've actually played one of them. And it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm playing one now.
Yeah, and Alicia Vikander definitely fits that role, and I'm excited to see what she does with it. I think she's another phenomenal actress. I think she's going to do great. Nice. Angelina Jolie was great in the movies. The problem is she was the only one that actually came to work. She was the only one actually acting, which when you're the only one actually acting, it looks like you're overacting, and that just it really took you out of the movie, for me at least.
Voight wasn't too bad, but
it was awkward. I don't know. Was it awkward for anyone else seeing her act with her father?
it did kind of look weird. Yeah, I will give you that. He was a good actor, but
this was after she made out with her brother, right? I mean,
yes.
That's a thing she did. We all can't forget that. Matter of fact, before I left the house this morning, TBS was showing Family Guy, The Blue Harvest, and in the scroll, they actually talk about about her making out with her brother.
Yeah,
oh wow, how my day has come full circle.
Yeah.
So, what other notes did I have on that? Yeah, no, she played her part. She did everything she was needing to do. It's just when she, like I said, when she's the only one acting, it comes off as overacting when no one else comes to work.
Yeah, got it.
Which does bring me into number one.
Number one.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Yes.
Was that Van Damme?
Street Fighter starring Gomez Adams and the dude from Bloodsport. Now, here's my question. Between Bloodsport, Street Fighter, a handful of other movies, how the fuck does Jean-Claude Van Damme keep getting cast as an American soldier when the dude barely speaks English?
That's a good question.
Every fucking movie this guy's in, he's an American soldier or a war vet. You don't speak English. Even now. Have you seen him now in the fucking Expendables? It's almost like you have to ad-lib him.
It's just like Schwarzenegger, too. It's like, motherfucker, you lived in this country longer than you ever lived in Australia.
You're fucking a Kennedy. How do you not speak better English?
Why do you still have this accent?
I forgive him. He can do a split between two Volvos.
I don't care. That doesn't mean he can beat Guile, though. Like, he totally wrecked. Raul Julia, at the very least, was Puerto Rican. He's an American citizen. He would have played a better Guile. Well, now what a lot of people don't remember, Raul Julia did die, pass away from I think it was stomach cancer, if I'm not mistaken. This was the last movie that was released posthumously after he passed away.
Really?
He passed away 2 months before the movie came out. He only played M. Bison because his kids begged him to, because he hated the script. He hated everything that the movie was involved in, but he had kids. They wanted him to be in it, so he did it to, kind of give that to his kids. And he hated it so bad, he died before the movie came out. He just couldn't be brought to see it. To the estate of Raul Julia, I am sorry. But
it's an interesting life. Some kids beg their parents for, fast food or candy or something like that. Tach, how would you like to be the dad that gets begged by your kids? Please, Dad, go make a couple $1 million and do one of our favorite roles.
I hope that I do have that conversation with my kids one day.
Yeah. No, the only redeemable thing in that movie was Raul Julia. He played the shit out of M. Bison. But again, he was the only one there that could act. So it just made everyone else look like shit. Street Fighter I stopped playing Street Fighter because of that movie.
They still come out with sequels to that.
They
Capcom,
do.
Right?
And I actually forgot to give the little credit here for Street Fighter. Street Fighter released in 1994, 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep. So the lowest one on your list was
the lowest one I think was actually Double
3.
Dragon. No, it was. You're right. It was
which one?
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah. All right.
3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's an unbelievably low
yeah.
score.
That is like you didn't even show up you didn't even try to make a movie to get 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
No kidding.
But yeah, again, Street Fighter I was a child, totally destroyed me, changed my favorite game. Street Fighter was the shit. You weren't anything unless you had Cammy's 18-bit boobs on a Sega Genesis.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yep, nope, totally. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah.
Yoga Flame.
Yeah, you got a white guy playing Ryu, I think. I don't remember. That's how bad it was. I don't remember.
Hadouken.
Oh, it was so bad. But there you have it, folks. That is Jay Alvarez's top 10 list of movies that totally wrecked my childhood.
Dude, that's a great list. That was a really, really cool list. That's a unique direction. We have not taken a list, any of our top 10 lists thus far. So very, very cool.
I'm happy I was able to do something. My comic book nerd, my movie nerd came out a little bit. I've always described myself as a movie guy. I'm not a film buff. By no means. I'm not going to sit here and wax philosophical about Alejandro Inarritu's fantastic use of natural lighting. I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's topics that's going to be on my new podcast coming out.
Yeah.
I got a filmmaking podcast coming out. So.
Yeah. See, if film buff is not me, but a movie guy, yeah, I'll totally sit down, watch a movie, eat some popcorn with you, and talk about it afterwards.
Did you just give yourself a free plug on your show?
I like it. I like your style.
I haven't quite nailed down the name yet. I think I have, but I'm not 100% sure
I'll send you a bill for it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So,
no, who's got the next list? Am I up next?
You.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fucking killing me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take a Benadryl. Let's see. Yeah, I've got no way to tease. I have no clue what I'm doing next. No way to tease it. I will be incorporating something with audio. Something with audio. I'll tell you that now.
Sounds good.
So other than that, that's about the best tease that I'm going to be able to give.
That'll work. All right, Jay. Well, we appreciate you bringing that list to us today.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for fucking let me get that short straw.
Do you want to plug where you're going to be doing any stand-up in the next week or so? So the listeners for the Twisted 10, if they didn't hear it on our other podcast, Living Podcariously, can come out and see it?
Friday, November 4th, Old School Pizza's Midtown location. That is on Babcock Street in Melbourne, Florida, across from Melbourne High School. The Bearded Bros comedy show. It's going to be a bunch of guys with beards talking about beardly things.
Nice. And Andrea and I, so far, will be going to see that.
Awesome.
Unless something comes up between now and then, like no money.
Yeah.
But we will be heading out to see that.
Yeah, no,
sure.
if anybody listening, come out. It's a great, Old School Pizza is always a great place to go anyway. The pizza's actually, I don't know how people complain about the pizza. People who complain about it have not actually had the pizza there.
Did you hear when Ray Brito was up here on the show and he was talking about going to Old School Pizza? Where he said something in regards to what they serve there. He goes, yeah, it's called Old School Pizza, but they don't serve pizza. They only serve burgers and they have no drinks. And completely threw us for a loop. Like, what? I don't remember that. He's like, no, I'm fucking with you. Like, you motherfucker.
No, it's a great, what I love about that Old School Pizza in front of Mel High, that was actually the site of my first job. I used to work there when it was a Fazoli's.
Yeah, I used to attend there when it was a Fazoli's. I went to Mel High and would walk across the street all the time.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I went to Mel High. I finished high school there. Well, I started finishing high school there. Then I dropped out and went to high school across the street at South Area Adult Education Center. Big shout out for all the other dropouts. And then I'd go to work at Fazoli's that was there in the parking lot.
So if you want to get a hold of us, you can send us an email on thetwisted10@gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Twitter at thetwisted10.
Visit us at our Facebook page, facebook.com/thetwisted10. That's where you can leave us a note, send us a message, leave us a review of the show. By the way, if you are listening to us on iTunes, be sure to rate, subscribe, and review for us. That way we get moved up in their rankings a little bit. It helps us out, and we greatly appreciate that. Our advertisers, when we have advertisers, they like those. They like to see those reviews up there too.
That's right. And anything else?
No, dude. I think we're good.
I'd love to see what kind of comments come from this episode because I'm sure I ruffled some pretty diehard fanboy feathers here.
That's a possibility.
Batman vs. Superman was an amazing movie. You just don't understand the intricacies that go involved with the name Martha. That's all I'm waiting for right now.
Nice.
Bring it on, nerds.
All right. On that note, well, from Twisted 10, my name is Tach.
I'm Adam.
I am Jay Alvarez.
And
Andrea Joy's still sleeping.
Andrea's still here. She's here in spirit.
Good night, Andrea.
Good night, sweetheart.
Well, it's time to go.
I don't know this song. I don't like this game anymore.
All right. See you.
All right, bye.